Hello, FIFA Mobile community. Welcome to FIFA Mobile Live. I'm Antoine. Good to be back on the show. How's everybody doing? See chat's going already. Man, already getting those messages coming in. How's everybody doing? You doing good? Hello, hello. It's good to be back on the show. We've had a bit of it's been 3 weeks since I've been on, so it's been a long time. I agree. It's good to be back on here, though. We got a cool new event to talk about, obviously. We got some stuff scheduled for everybody. Before we get into that, though, I want to ask, first, how's Kickoff Rivalries going for everybody? I want to know in chat, what's your progress being like? What's the feeling around the event for everybody in chat? And also, actually, another thing I want to know is, where is everybody tuning in from? What country around the world are we here from? I'm here in Vancouver, Canada, but I want to know where you guys are all from. So let's get the chat going. Let's get the conversation started. I'm a part-time streamer. I guess that's where it's at this point. That's great, seeing a lot of places from around the world. Nice. Germany, South Africa, Romania, Belgium, Malaysia. Very nice, very nice. A lot of Indian folks. That's great. Uzbekistan. Very cool, very cool. Mexico, Spain, Lebanon. Nice. We got a lot of folks coming in from around the world. And then the other question too is Kickoff Rivalries. So it's been a bit of an interesting event so far, Kickoff Rivalries. Hey, lots of ups and downs and a lot of exchanges to do. I mean, the rewards are exciting. Obviously, the OVR jump has been something. Definitely something to take into account. But yeah, what has everybody been thinking about Kickoff Rivalries? Have people here been going for the primes with the exchanges? Are you just going for the 102s? Have you been doing the exchanges? That's the other thing too. Like, have you found like the first couple weeks you're doing them, then you're not? Like, what's kind of the feeling here? I mean, obviously the market. Yes, there's been a bit of a change when it comes to the market, given what's going on. Certain players, those 89s are getting tough. Those elites. Yeah, no highlights of the month this stream. We just took a little break from it for this one. We're gonna have all the other stuff. We'll bring back highlights of the month in a future stream, but I think we're gonna hang off doing it this time. Some questions around Pinnacle points. Yeah, the Pinnacle exchanges. Yeah, there's been some things that have been a little uncertain, especially with some of those exchange requirements. It's been a little tricky, I think, because we had the transfer players and then also the rivalries players, and then some of the leagues weren't being accepted, things like that. So yeah, a lot of lessons learned in this one, and a lot of things that I think the feedback coming in has been really, really helpful. And I think being able to really see how these exchanges have gone, and also certainly like the format has been quite an experience. So yeah, seeing a lot of good feedback coming in chat. That's great. People are saying it's a little bit like TOTS, some differences, and obviously the Pinnacle points have been tricky. But yeah, I know I'm personally holding on to my tickets. Just want to see how much I get from the Kickoff Rivalries event, and then make a decision on what players I go for. Obviously in the path, and then obviously when Pinnacle comes out, what players I'm going to be going for that. But we will be showcasing in a few weeks' time. We'll have those Pinnacle players, because I know some of you already know the ones that are coming out. They're the big names. But you also want to know, what do I do with my currencies? How do I get there? What are the decisions? So anyways, we could go on for a while about Kickoff Rivalries. However, chat, we do have some information about tomorrow's Kickoff Rivalries update. So I know, chat, last time we had the stream, we didn't have the Prime Icon reveal in stream, but this time we do. This time we want to show you guys who's the Prime Icon for tomorrow's La Liga update in Kickoff Rivalries. So if chat, actually before we get into that, I want to know, chat, let's hear your predictions on who you think the prime icon is for La Liga. Very curious. I want to see if anybody guesses it before we pop it up. Okay, let's see some guesses coming in here. Seeing Casillas, Puyol, Haji, Xavi. Ter Stegen is not an icon, but okay. Puyol, Xavi, Hero, yeah. Nice. Suker. Okay, seeing some good guesses coming in. So we'll have the screenshot. We'll pull that up right now. We've got the event. Actually, we've got the enhanced base icon, and we have the La Liga Prime icon. So have that on screen right next to me here. So those who guessed Casillas, you guys guessed correctly. And then we got Stoichkov here for the enhanced base icon. So these are kind of the two milestone ones in the Kickoff Rivalries La Liga chapter that opens tomorrow. So yeah, there's the first screenshot. Also, I'll let you guys know, I think what we had for skill boost for the prime icon, we had reflexes for Casillas, and then long shots here for Stoichkov. So we're going to hold this for maybe a couple more seconds if you guys want to grab the screenshot here. But yeah, these will be coming in tomorrow. So yeah, Stoichkov to the left mid, a little different, but got to switch it up, you know. And then from here, we've got another screenshot we'll pull up on screen here for tomorrow's update. Some of the players from the transfer area that you can use your tokens on. So we got Kandreva there. Kandreva, you might be asking, why is he the highest OVR out of these players? He is a good player, obviously, but I think it's because he was in summer, where he had a pretty high OVR item in summer. So that's pretty much why he's got a high OVR here, is because he didn't want to release an item with a lower OVR than previous. So that's usually what we try to do. Obviously, Zinchenko over here and Perisic, two guys who have made pretty instant impact on their new London clubs. And then Anthony Modeste. Adding into, we have a lot of Dortmund strikers, it feels like, coming into this program, and just Dortmund players in general. So he adds in there. Then we got Botman over for Newcastle, got Ozil there at Cam in Turkey, Christensen, De Jong, Neto, and then we got our last guy there, Nico Gonzalez. So yeah, these are the players that are in the transfer section. That Perisic and that Zinchenko probably is going to be interesting for some folks. Then I see somebody's liking the Anthony Modeste. So we got those. And then we do have a final screenshot here to show as well for Kickoff Rivalries. So we'll pull that one up here. We'll show the last here is the final two path players from Kickoff Rivalries. So these are Frankie de Jong. He gets his item. I know I've been seeing lots of people asking, where's the Frankie de Jong item? And here he is. He's got the 102. And then we got Morata as well at the 102. So I think some people will be pretty excited with de Jong. I know it's been heavily requested. It's been a long time coming for him. So he gets the 102. Just looking at his stats here, they're not fully confirmed yet, so I can't really say, but I know he's going to be a pretty well-rounded player because his base pace is pretty solid in this game. So should be a decent head-to-head CM. I don't know if he'll be similar to like the Modric mold that we saw for Utah's, but I think he'll be definitely in that realm. So chat, what are we thinking? These little kickoff rivalries reveals. Is La Liga shaping up to be interesting for you? Are you still waiting for a couple more leagues, or do you already have your eyes decided, or do you have your sights set on previous chapters? What are we thinking here, chat? Putting Eriksen over De Jong. Interesting. Okay. Seeing a mix here of reactions. Oh, you want to know the Frankie skill boost? I think this is confirmed, but it should be long passing. I think that's what I have down here. I see some people waiting for Pinnacle. That's fair. I've been waiting for La Liga. Oh, actually, one thing that I know some people would be interested in is there's a left back coming in the La Liga chapter who hasn't received an item this season, and he plays for Real Madrid. And I know some folks will be interested in him. He's a 98, so I don't know if you're going for Verse Attack. May not be the most exciting thing in the world if you really, really need that OVR, but for head-to-head, there's a 98 left back from Real Madrid. I think you can pretty much guess who it's going to be. He is quite the meta player. Yep, I see people with the guesses. Yep, you guys are all over it. You know who I'm talking about. He is very on console, obviously. Lots of people use him. And I think he just recently got a console SBC item. So we brought him to the party as well here for Kickoff Rivalries. Great, so that is everything we have for Kickoff Rivalries. We got the update tomorrow. Obviously the Prime icon there, which is great. But what everybody here wants to see is Neon Knights, right? That's what we're here for. We got the cool new art. Our team obviously smashed it. It's great. So before we actually get into the players on the Neon Knights, I think what we'd want to do here is we just want to showcase the art. We had that video yesterday we showed. If you didn't see it, we'll pull it up on screen pretty soon here, so you can just get a look at like the item art and kind of the art we go on with this event. It's really cool. It's kind of got like a synth retro sunset 80s kind of vibe. It's very, very cool. So yeah, these two, there's two player items in Neon Knights. The one on the left here is just the regular Neon Knights item, and then the one on the right is the Retro Stars item. So that's kind of a hint already to what the event's going to be like, is most of the players are going to be Neon Knights on the left, but we're going to be having some special Retro Stars players that are going to be available in the event. So I really like the art on the right-hand side is my favorite, just with the volume on the bottom. You can kind of see it in the video it was showing, like the volume going up on screen, which is very cool. And there's already a couple players in those Retro Stars chapter that I'm definitely getting. Like it's not a question. I will be adding those two to my team just to go with my theme here. We do have a poll, folks. We just want to know how fire is the Neon Knights art. So you got three options there. Yes, that's the legendary item. So 100 OVR plus on the right. We'll show the players. I got the build ready. We'll show first the player banner after this, and then we'll get into the whole gameplay of the event and walk you through with like the guide. But yeah, we got the poll here for the Neon Knights art. I agree. 80% of you said 3 fire times infinity. It's one of the most striking designs I've seen in the game here. It's just really nice. I like it a lot. I think you guys do too, right? Agreed. So, I see everybody asking about players. We're going to pull up the Neon Knights players. All right, everyone? Pull it up on screen here. And you can see that card art, that item art in full display. There we go. So there you go, folks. Here is the Neon Knights and Retro Stars players. So we start off with that Davies item. As I said, he's definitely going to go into my team. Got Weston McKennie there. With actually, he's still going to have the whited out action shot for now. In the future, we should be able to have the Juve action shots later, but not for this one, unfortunately. He's still going to have the white kit. Then we go to Taremi there from Porto. We got Reina. Then we got Son at Striker Son. So a little bit of a switch up there. But he did have that UTOTS item. So made sense to kind of change up his position, offer a bit of a different formation if you wanted to use him in. From there, we got Bale on LAFC with his teammate Chiellini. the 2 European stars making the mark in MLS. Then we got Pulisic here, the right winger here for Chelsea. And then we got another Canadian, Jonathan David, 100 retro stars. That's his toddy item that I remember tons of people were using back in like January, February. His toddy item was really popular. I mean, he had 5-star weak foot, so it was very, very good. Then we got Tomiyasu. We got the Arsenal center back there. I love that action shot, right? It's kind of like a promo action shot. It's not actually in game, but it looks really nice. Then we got Lorenzo Insigne, who's on Toronto FC now in the MLS. And then we got Hector Herrera, who's over in Houston, making the move from Atletico. But those are the top players we have for you in Neon Knights. I do have a bunch of other players here to showcase on the build. I just kind of need to get that set up. But one thing also to notice, folks, is you'll see that there's a little Retro Stars icon beside a number of the players. So Davies, Taremi, Reyna, and David, they all have the Retro Stars item. And they're basically Retro Stars players. And also that's why they have the same action shot. So that Davies is his Tots item. Taremi is also Tots. The Reyna was from New Beginnings, if you remember that in January. And then the David there was the Toddy icon. So I'm just going to get the build here set up. But first I want to know, chat, what are your first impressions on this? What do you think of the players? We giving it a dubs in the chat? All right, I'm just going to get my build set up for you all as well here. But yeah, just the overall theme of this the selection was more players from countries that haven't really been featured a whole lot, as well as players that are playing in leagues that are either going on throughout the summer, like the MLS, or certain leagues that hadn't really gotten a lot of featuring in previous events. So it's kind of a North America, Asia, Oceania kind of fit we're trying to get in, along with like some MLS players and some American, Canadian players. But yeah, so chat, we have the poll as well, which is which artwork do you prefer, Neon Knights or Retro? So make sure you just drop your answer. I have a feeling I know who's going to win that one. Yeah, it's getting it's not really a close vote at this point. So what do you think? Neon Knights art or retro artwork for the player items? So yeah, this one's, I think retro is taking the cake for sure. All right, so I have the build for Neon Knights getting ready on my phone here. I am basically all good to go. So I think we're gonna bring over on screen the actual build of Neon Knights. Everybody see that okay? Yep, we got it going. Nice. So chat, this is Neon Knights. I'm gonna do the run through of the event. So basically think of this as kind of like the event guide, but I'm gonna be walking you through it. All right, so this is the main chapter, Neon Knights. You enter in here and you'll notice, wow, this is some cool theming. We got a CD here. We got some kind of retro looks. Got a bunch of different things going on. So first step, you come into Neon Knights. You're gonna wanna watch a couple ad here for some retro points. And then you're gonna wanna come in here and complete your 4 skill games. So these 4 skill games will get you neon points, beat tokens, as well as some coins just on the side. So you complete those 4 skill games, and that'll unlock this match. So you play this match, playing against Inter Miami. Great choice here in terms of the aesthetic of the logo and the theme that goes with it. But you win this match, you get neon points, and you get intensity shards. As well, you're going to have a league match here that unlocks when you finish that other match. And this will give you some extra neon points, as well as a little bit of coins. The nice little thing on the side here is that if people in your league play this match and complete it, you'll get some extra coins. So you can get up to 5 times, you get about 50,000 coins if everyone in your league is completing it. And this is daily, and the skill games and matches are daily. So this is kind of your daily grind to come in and complete. So once you're there, you'll come over here to this intensity section, and what you actually will use is these intensity shards right here that you earned from that match that we saw in the middle of the CD. So once you have enough, you can actually use it here on this intensity section, and then there's some offers here for some rewards. I don't know if it's going to be super exciting for everybody in the chat for here, but there are some retro points which will come in handy later. Moving over now to the milestones. If you do 6 skill games and matches, you will get retro points, and this is a daily refresh. So 5 retro points every day for completing your regular grind. Weekly milestone is if you use 3 of those intensity shards we just used previously, you will then get 1 Neon Knights player of 982+, along with 10,000 rivalries tickets. So this is where it kind of connects into the rivalries event. And then the event milestone here for the 101 Cam Kaka is to use Neon points. So coming back here, you may be asking, okay, what do I do with these Neon points? So these Neon points, you're going to take them over to the reward chapter. So we're in the reward chapter here, and it works like a regular path that we're used to, where you come down and you go for players along the path with different costs. However, there's a slight wrinkle, and that slight wrinkle is these intensity shards that we earned previously. You can actually use them to increase your intensity to levels 1, 2, 3, or 4. You always start off at level 4. So if you wanted to get some of the players on these side paths here, you need to go to a certain intensity level. So if you want the Chetri or Yedlin, you have to have level 2 intensity to unlock this reward. And then further along for the Ryan and Adams, it's intensity level 3. And then for Herrera and Tomiyasu, it's intensity level 4. So otherwise, throughout the path, you can go all the way to the end without the intensity stuff. If you want Pulisic or Dest, there's also Aronson and Minamino, and Tuiloma and Ofkir here. But then the guys on the top paths there require intensity shards to get into. I'm seeing a lot of questions here about Kaka stats. What I'm going to do first, guys, is I just want to run through the event format, and then we'll come back and look at stats and details. Sound good to everybody? Great, because I think it'll be better just to have the full context here of the event before we get into individual player stats, and then it gets a little confusing. So after this reward path, there's the drum pad chapter. So this one's kind of neat. It's very similar to what we're used to with like the dungeon chapter from Camelot or some other red envelopes or that kind of style event where you come in and you remember those beat tokens I was talking about in the starter chapter? You would take them here and you open up on this this drum pad here. So it's basically like you're a DJ and you're playing the drum pad for rewards. I did not do very good on this one, just got 100, but you would open up a bunch of these drum pads for some of the daily rewards that are on this side here. So Lorenzo Insigne is going to be day 1, along with some skill boosts, and these refresh daily. Tropical Tour had this kind of similar thing with the fishing hole, but this one is on a drum pad, and you go for those. As well, we have the intensity shards being used again here, and what this does is you can use intensity shards to increase your probability of getting one of the daily rewards. So there's different levels here, all the way from level 1 all the way to level 4, and those each have different probability increases. So if you really want a certain daily reward, you could use some of your intensity shards here to get to level 4, and it should help you get that a lot quicker. And as usual, folks, we have the drum pad milestones that go all the way to the end. And wait a second, who is this guy? Wait a second. Is this who I think it is? Is this Zardes on the path? We got Giassi Dardes, the well-known FIFA Mobile player here. I think chat, you guys will appreciate that, right? If you know, you know. It's a throwback. It's retro. And then at the end of the path here, we got Wu Lei. I'm glad chat is recognizing real recognize real. You know who he is. He's back. So yeah, we'll check out his stats along with everybody else's stats after this. But I think we went through the majority of this kind of Neon Knights flow here, where you get your Neon points, you spend it in the reward, then you get your beat tokens, and then you can use them in the drum pad, and then you have the intensity shards, which can be used in different parts of this event. However, what I think most people in chat are going to be most excited about is Retro Stars. So this is another chapter in Neon Knights where you use your retro points and you come in here to claim Retro Stars players. So we have all the players are unlocked on day one, and then all the costs are laid out as well on day one. So some interesting players here. Again, these are from countries that we haven't really prominently featured. So we have India, the US, New Zealand, Canada, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, Japan, Australia. So a bunch of different countries here that that's good to see them get featured. But basically, you have a 101, 100, and then a 99, and these each have different costs of 350, 450, and 550 for each. So I think in chat, most of you will be interested in probably these 101s and then the 100s as well. I see someone saying that Shablo thanks you. We tried our best to fit as many requests as we could when it came to different countries and getting some of the players from those countries into this event. So hopefully it helps folks with theme teams, or at least if you see your favorite player and they don't normally get an event item, this could be the event that helps you out. So that is kind of the overview of Neon Knights. And one other thing actually to show here is in the drum pad, there's some daily quests. So here are some of the daily quests, like play the skill games, win a manager mode match, win a couple VSA or head-to-head matches, and then just do a couple skill games in daily training. And from that, if you complete all 4 of those, you get some beat tokens to use in the drum pad. And then to answer everybody's question, this event is a 3-week long event. So it starts tomorrow and then runs for 3 weeks. So I think that is the overall layout of Neon Knights. It's not really aimed at, I think, like our most, like, if you got really high OVRs on your team, I think a lot of the players in here aren't going to be like the most exciting. Obviously these 101s are going to be pretty exciting for you if you see somebody you like. But for the most part, it's kind of, like I said, like it fills in some of the gaps with players that weren't getting items, or some folks that are newer to the game. They can come in and get some of these cool players. Where is Son? That is a good question. He's in the store. Son is in the store. And then I can say that Bale will also be there as well. So no pass actually with this one. It is just the event itself here. So no exchange as well. It's a fairly straightforward event, everybody. It's not complicated like Kickoff rivalries. It's some things you've seen before, a little bit of some different things with the intensity shards, if that interests you, and then just the path having the intensity shards as well. So first impressions, chat. We got a couple options here. Huge dub, good event. Didn't hit the spot for me. Didn't hit the spot for M. But basically got a few options here. Let's see what chat's feeling. you don't see any 89s for rivalries. So I'm seeing kind of a mixed reaction. I get that. It's a little bit more niche when it comes to the player selection, although there are some stars here. You got Pulisic, you had Son, Chiellini. No exchanges in this one. So what we'll do here is I'll just showcase the full lineup I made here of Retro Stars players and also Neon Knights players. Actually, I shouldn't have Bernadeschi here as CM. Let's put Ricky Puig, who's actually been playing really well for Galaxy. And then, who do I have as right back? We're going to put Serginho Dest here. And, oh, gotta put in Chiellini. Okay, so I see everybody asking about Kaká's stats. Here are his stats. I want to say that the shooting, I think, might be slightly adjusted. This should be close to final. And also, if you notice, this is attaches Orlando City MLS time, which kind of fits the aesthetic. It also fits the theme, but it is wildcard chemistry, so it's not like it's going to matter. So looking through here, I think his shot power 128. I think that's still TBD last time I checked. Otherwise, some of these ones like ball control, I think should be still at 129, and then his short passing at 125. And we come down into his strength at 99, which will be good. And then he's got some really good dribbling, as he should. Just gotta check here about Kaká. So yeah, this is kind of Kaká's stats here. Again, some of this is like work in progress. As I mentioned, I'm using this on like a build from earlier this week. So some of the things that may have been updated, some fine tuning with the stats could be slightly different, as well as in the event too. So we're just kind of giving you an overview of like how the event works, some of the stats, but some things might be obviously slightly different when this launches tomorrow. Ricky Puig stats. Okay, we can pull it up. I get it. He's got some good agility. I think that fits what his style is. Kind of a quick, good passer. He's not going to be the strongest guy, but he's got good passing and vision. And he's not super fast, but he's got some good agility and balance here. And then dribbling, some decent strength as well. Another one I wanted to show here is probably you want to see Weston McKennie, who I think is a very well-rounded CM here. I agree, yeah, Ricky Puig has been playing really well for Galaxy. It's kind of crazy to see him go from Barcelona a couple years ago and then move over to the MLS, and you can just tell that it's like this guy played at the top level. He's just different on the ball. And you got Weston McKennie here with some really overall good core stats here. Actually, pull up just all the players so you can see everybody who's in the event. So you can see everybody here. Some guys that we didn't showcase in the event or were in kind of store offers or in different parts that you don't get to see in maybe future drum pad chapters or daily refreshes. And then once we get in kind of like below the 96, 95, there's a little more obscure players, guys you may not have heard of, but are still making impacts in leagues around the world. And then we hope to get some of the action shots filled in for some of these guys that only have headshots. Still waiting on a few of those to update so we can get their newest feature for their club if they've recently transferred. So yeah, let's go check out some of the stats here. Yeah, there's some fairly obscure players here that I don't expect a lot of people to have heard of, but I'm sure there's some hidden gems within this event. Okay, so I'm actually not going to pull up Alphonso Davies stats because I know those are still getting tuned. His pace on this item is not as high as it should be. So I'm not going to pull it up because I know it's going to get screenshot and shared and people will be talking about it. So I'm going to skip David here. I'm going to quickly show Goodwin. Goodwin should have he'll have the proper stats. So Retro Stars players will actually have pretty good stats in comparison to with like what's coming out in Kickoff rivalries. They're going to be really good. So Craig Goodwin here plays in Adelaide in the A-League. He's got really good pace here, good agility. Then we looked at McKennie and Kaká overall. Let's check out Reyna here. Gio Reyna again, really good agility, and then he's going to be a pretty solid cam here. Then we're going to check out Taremi. Again, this guy's going to be pretty strong on the ball. Got good pace, good shooting. Plays for Porto. 5'5" as well, 4-star skills. Then we got Al Dawsari from Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. This guy as well, look at his pace, obviously with shooting and agility. This could be a pretty solid left winger. Yeah, Taremi is a solid player, and so is Al Dawsari here. We're going to also finish, we got Bale here. Bale is not a Retro Stars player, so you might notice like why are his stats not as good, but it's kind of like he's in Neon Knights, but Retro Stars are really the stars of the show. But you're still going to be wanting to get this Gareth Bale player. I know there's a few folks that really love him, and if you're an LAFC fan, I guess you got to get him. But if you've been following Bale for years, then you're going to want to get him from this event. We'll quickly go through Bernardeschi here. Fairly solid all-around right mid. We're going to show Dest. Dest is actually going to be a solid right back. Look at the pace there. I think that takes him to like top 3 fastest RBs in the game. Last time I checked. Like when we were going through the stats here, I was like, yeah, we need a good right back to come in here. I think he's played obviously he's played for AC Milan, but I want to say he just played 1 or 2 games, so he's still fairly kind of like new to the fold in Serie A. Will be interesting to see. But yeah, he comes in no, actually he's going to be the fastest right back in the game when this goes out. The previous fastest was Frimpong, which was 113, which is interesting. He's a 94 OVR TOTS player. And then Hakimi is 110. But yeah, Dest is coming in with 117. So I know he's going to be pretty good. And especially with right backs, there haven't been a whole lot of really meta right backs coming in. So I know I have my eyes on him if I need to fill in that gap. Not going to show Endo, not going to show Hong Jiang-ho because last time I checked, their stats were not properly updated. So they both don't have their proper stats in this build. However, I can assure you that I know that Hong Jiang-ho has some really good pace for a center back. And if that's what you need to fill up your team, would recommend him from Retro Stars for the 100. And then Endo is pretty solid all around, but nothing that screams like, wow, he's amazing. But still 2 solid guys. I just won't show their stats here. Pulisic, though. Pulisic stats. He's going to have good pace. Obviously, he's got really solid pace to start on his card, or on his item. So this upgrades really well. 116, and he's got solid shooting and passing to go with it. And he's got the speed skill boost as well. Oh, it's weird. I don't actually have David in here, but I'll show Son here, and then we'll go to David. But this is Son's stats. I think as well we might be looking at. Hold up a second. Was looking at Heung-min Son's pace because his left wing item is 105. So yeah, this is a plus 10 on his pace, a plus 9 on his shooting from his UTOTS. Actually, no, that's from his TOTS. Yeah, actually, from his UTOTS, it's plus 4, but he'll be a good item, I think, at striker. This might, I think this is final. There might be a slight change to this though. Otherwise, I'm excited to see him at striker. He'll be Sonaldo, yeah. I'm sorry guys, I can't show Davies stats. They're not updated, so they're actually not what they're going to be in game tomorrow. And I think people would just take a screenshot and it would look inaccurate. Like his pace is in like, his pace should be in the high teens. Like I think it's going to be like 118 or something. It's just if I show it on this build, it's not actually showing the proper amount. So I'm going to skip him for now. And what I will do is go to David, Jonathan David, because I know people are really excited about him. There we go. Where was he? There we go. Jonathan David. Look at those stats for a 100 OVR striker. 5x5 weak foot. 117 pace, 116 shooting. 107 passing, 115 agility. Yeah, I think that I'm basically going to get this guy on my team. He's pretty unreal. And then let's check out the other retro stars, folks. Let's see, Chris Wood here. Pretty physical striker for a 99. Obviously fits his play style. And if you'll notice, those retro stars players have 6 wildcard chem. So they'll have the league chem that is wildcard as well as the program chem. Zimmerman as well, his stats haven't updated, so I'm not going to show him yet. Buchanan, though, another Canadian, very pacey right mid here. If you look at that, 120, 121. Another Canadian player. And then we got Gill here from the ISL. A very solid 99 OVR keeper. Again, some of these skills, I think maybe we'll have to see if they get updated or not. Again, some of this, like, still fine-tuning. Who did we want to look at as well? Was it Tomiyasu, right? Let's check out Tomiyasu real quick. There we go. I'm liking this Tomiyasu item. 103 pace, 108 defending, 110 physical. I think that'll be very solid. I'm actually curious where is he comparing when it comes to other center backs in the same range? I was looking at this the other day. Yeah, he slots in at like, he's just a little bit behind that Celebration Varane and the Cordoba. They both have 105 and 106, but a 103 here for Tomiyasu should be really good. Like he's already above Diego Carlos, who's same OVR and has a little bit less pace. He is playing a center back. That's kind of the difference, right? Like I think he's a right back sometimes, but we did choose him to be a center back in this event. Then we'll show Hector Herrera. I'm liking him as well as a center mid. If you look at that all around, it's just his pace is a little bit below 100, but for a center mid like this to have these stats, I think he'll be very, very useful. Kind of an all-around guy. A little bit actually similar if you look to like Valverde from Tropical Tour, kind of like an all-around guy with some good pace to start, and then just decent, obviously passing and physical and defending. Who is the other guy we wanted to look at? I think it was Adams here. Is actually a pretty fast CDM. Like if you're in head-to-head, if you're looking for a new CDM to kind of boss the midfield, like I know some folks have been using Keane, although he might be outdated. Although Mohamed Kamara, who is in the Kickoff rivalries exchange a couple weeks ago, he has really good pace. But I was looking, Tyler Adams here comes in at second fastest. I personally use Gravenberch as my CDM in head-to-head, but I will strongly consider this guy because he's got pretty solid stats. Who did we want to look at next? I can't actually show any of the Kickoff rivalries guys stats. I just had screenshots. I don't actually have the build for it ready here. Otherwise, I think we wanted to look quickly at Bernadeschi. Oh no, I think we looked at him already. It was Chiellini. That's who we wanted to look at. So here's the Chiellini item as a 99. We bumped up his pace as well, so he's definitely usable. I know that like some of these center backs can have a little bit lower pace, which makes them a little tough to use, but he's going to be up there with I think he's like comparable is probably like a Christian. He's a better Christian Romero from Tropical Tour if I'm looking at, as well as some of the summer players. Like I think Fofana and Kickoff Rivalries has pretty similar stats to him at obviously a lower OVR. But I think that 93 will be fine. Looking at here, we'll also check out Lorenzo Insigne. So Insigne, obviously not the strongest player on the when he's obviously in a physical battle, but look at those stats in terms of pace, shooting, passing, and agility for a left mid. Guys, I can't show Davies. I wish I could, but his actually stats aren't updated yet in this build. He has good stats. Don't worry about him. And I can't show Endo either, or Hong Jian-hong or Zimmerman. Those are the four that I can't actually show at the moment. Who is the other guy we want to look at quickly? I think we can show Kamada. Plays for the European Europa champions, Frankfurt here. Daichi Kamada, some decent stats. And then we'll look at, who else did we want to see here? Wu Lei, I think, was at the end. I don't know if he's super interesting for people. Plays in the CSL for a 99. Some decent stats as well. Did we look at Chetri? I'll pull up Chetri again. I mean, I hope we had the updated stats in here for Chetri, because I know we wanted to make him a little faster. But here we got Chetri here. I want to say this is final. There might be a slight change to it, but I think this is the final stats for him. And then yes, we'll check out Zardes. So where was Zardes? There we go. Zardes here. He's untradeable, by the way, because he is on the milestone, and everybody's going to be getting him. So I like his stats for a 95. I think he'll be very, very usable. Also, I'm seeing some other questions here about kind of like the season information. We're going to have like kind of a season article going out fairly soon that should explain to people what's going on with like our rest of season plans. What does the future hold for this season of FIFA Mobile? So I have no news to share right now, but do stay posted because we'll have updates on that coming pretty soon. I'm seeing Galesi, the Peruvian. Let's pull up his stats real quick. There we go. Plays Orlando City, 97 goalkeeper here. Y2 Insigne, that he's one of our giveaway players. But yeah, we got Pedro Galesi here. Some decent stats. Actually, I'm just gonna see here if there's anybody in the Neon Knights. As well, if you're curious, here are some of the Neon Knights store offers. And you can see Son is in the special here with Morioka, and there's going to be another special later on as well. So with the amount of FIFA points and gems I have here, I could complete all of these, but I won't because it's just going to take up some time, and we already have Son in there. So I did show Gallons there. Can't show Endo yet, as I said, but we'll have those stats when it goes live in game tomorrow. So one thing was going to just play through a few of these. Wanted to just get into the game just to show off some of those players. But first, chat, what are we thinking about this event? After seeing the players, after going through the stats, what's our feeling around this event? What are we seeing, chat? Are we giving it a dub? Do we kind of think there's middle of the road? What are we feeling here? It's not a main event, keep that in mind. There's still going to be kickoff rivalries running through. So got to keep this in mind. This is kind of something that you do on the side while kickoff rivalries is going. Yeah, I did mention that. Like the 101s here and the 100s, they're probably not going to appeal to everybody.
but they are some pretty decent stats when it comes to the Retro Stars ones. However, if Verse Attack and like obviously League versus League and making sure that your OVR is as high as it can be, then yeah, then this event is likely not for you. Look at that, level 2. But if there are some players that interest you in here, or you just like the art on the items and you're like, wow, I want that guy in my team, I need Son Striker, then yeah, this will work out for you. Or say you really want Chetri, or there's Davies, then yeah, this is going to work, or Kaka. However, coming after Kickoff rivalries, I totally understand that that it may not be the most exciting thing if you've been going for primes and like 102s in Kickoff rivalries. I'm not going to answer any like free-to-play questions. I'm just going to leave that up to the guide guys. I don't want to steal their thunder. They do an awesome job laying that all out. Yeah, it's definitely a more straightforward event. There's not like a whole lot of confusing things in here, and we kind of chose that decision, made that decision is make it more accessible, I think, for players to come in, and as like a side event, we want it simple, we want it easy to understand. So I hope that kind of hit the mark there. It'll just be interesting to see, like, after 3 weeks of doing this, hopefully it still is exciting and you're working towards meaningful rewards, which I think those Retro Stars players will kind of help with. I'm seeing, okay, it's a mid dub for a side event. That's fair. That's fair. Here, let's play this final match here. So what are some other questions coming in here? Rank updates. No, I don't have any news about rank updates at the moment. 89 plus supply when. That's something we're kind of looking at for like future events, and even how we approach that kind of the market effect that happened with Kickoff rivalries and those exchanges. Like, I think looking in hindsight, those exchanges were great if you're like a market player, but if you want to complete everything and there's just no supply or you don't have the coins, it can feel a bit overwhelming. So I totally understand that. And I think that's something that the team is looking to improve on for like our future big event that's coming after Kickoff rivalries. That'll be the one to definitely, we'll take that into account a lot. Let's see what else. What are some other questions? Endavera players are not in this program. No, usually that happens more towards like May, June, July, when players retire or like move on to like other teams that they've been on for a while. So I haven't really seen any of that come up yet. What are some other questions coming in here? Man, am I going to actually lose to this? Jeez. Okay, let's see. It's kind of difficult. I need to focus on this match while also answering questions. All right. This event is coming tomorrow. That's for sure. Team of the week, player of the month. I don't have updates on that. We should have an update on what's going to happen with that in probably about like a month's time. But at the moment, no news. I answered the question kind of about the end of the season. We'll not end of season, but just our season information. We'll have an article on that, most likely an update in a few weeks' time to kind of make sure everybody knows what's going on. Do hero keys or super score expire if you do use them on 3 heroes? Those hero keys do not expire, and then the super score does not expire. So those are all currencies from the hero event do not expire. Were there any questions here about the Neon Knights event that didn't relate to what is free to play and what isn't? My goodness, I can't score here. Will I lose this match? It is looking extremely likely. It's kind of sad. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't have La Liga Kickoff rivalry stats on me right now, but you'll see them tomorrow. We gave you a little bit of a sneak peek there with a screenshot. How am I doing? Well, I appreciate that. I'm doing really well. I'm looking forward to this event tomorrow. I love hanging out on stream with you guys, answering all the questions, trying to give as much information as I can. There we go. So this releases tomorrow. Again, yeah, I'm not going to answer free to play, but we'll have the guide, folks. Exchanges of La Liga. Yeah, kind of seeing a bit of. Is this lagging? No, we're okay here. I'm still a part-timer. No, the only icon actually in this event is Kaká, and he's going to be in that milestone. There we go. Look at that. The poll, 90%. 90% of folks said I would lose this match, but guess what? I didn't. It's starting to lag, right, a little bit on screen here. We might just pop out of this to a banner after this match is over, which is a little concerning. But in any case, I think we'll get going to our giveaways here. Wait, did they just get a penalty? Oh my goodness. You're kidding me. There is a lot of lag going on here. I think he's gonna blow the whistle. Will this take me to? I think I failed. No. You know, we're just gonna forfeit this, guys. I don't want to do extra time. And I definitely jinxed myself with the poll. You guys all said yes. I came in 3-2, and I was like, you know what? I think I got this, and then I didn't. So I think we got our lag is back on. I think we're good, right? I lost against AI. This is pretty rough, right? So yeah, that was Neon Knights for everybody. Not my finest display in PvE. Not super happy with that. I thought I had the win. I gave up a penalty and then I just forfeited. I did rage quit against an FPS drop. Against lag, I lost. But it's all good, everybody. It's all good. We're gonna go to giveaways here. I think we're coming up close to the hour. This is a pretty chill show, but we'll show you guys what we got for giveaway items. We got Christian Pulisic, the 100 in his different kit here, and then we also have the Insigne in his white and gray kit here. So those were kind of our two giveaway options here. So we're gonna go with hashtag. What was the hashtag we got here? Hashtag Neon. Nice and simple. Hashtag Neon. Not Neon Knights, everybody. Just hashtag Neon. And then you get your choice of Pulisic or Insigne. Completely up to you. We'll do 5 of these giveaways, and then we should be good with the show. So yeah, this was a fairly chill chat, everybody. It was good to kind of showcase the new event. I feel like with where a lot of you guys are at with your teams, that some of these players might fit your teams in the 101s, 100s. But I don't know if these 99s are really going to fit a lot of your teams. Maybe they will. I think I know the Chiellini, like a 99, will be pretty solid, and I'm probably going to see if I can get him from Drumpad. Or even that Tomiyasu if I can get it. But yeah, I think if you've been getting the 102s from Kickoff Rivalries or other kind of high OVR players, then maybe these aren't super exciting. But Retro Stars for sure. I know Retro Stars are going to be really powerful items, and I'm excited for that, especially for that Davies, which I'm just sad I can't show the stats on screen because they're not what they should be. But otherwise, pretty straightforward event here. And then also, if everybody noticed, we did have manager mode rewards go out. We did have manager mode rewards go out yesterday, or I guess it could be today for some folks. And then we did have kind of a maintenance that was going on there that we're still kind of looking into. But yeah, definitely monitoring that. But we got our giveaways going here. So, it seems like our Nightbot's kind of having a little bit of issues. But we should be able to to get a winner going here. Let's play around here with our squad. I'm gonna put Al-Dawsari here. Actually, let's compare these two. Pretty comparable. Oh, I think we got our first winner here. We're gonna pull it up on screen. Our first winner, you get the choice of Pulisic or Insigne. Great, so Toby86 Luna, congrats, you're our first winner. So your choice of Pulisic or Insigne. We'll be contacting you so you can get that item as soon as we can get it over to you, probably tomorrow once the event launches. Ooh, also I'm curious to see this guy's pace. And Jampong 108. Otherwise, we'll be running our second one here. Oh, I think people are asking about Minamino, right? You want to see Minamino's stats. And then, oh, we got our second one popping in here. We have Ian Chin. Congrats. Oh yeah, let's look at Huang Hee-chan. Came over from, did he come over from Salzburg a few years ago to Wolves? I'm trying to remember where Chan came over from. Then we've got Kyle Laren as well, another Canadian. Let's see any other players that are some notable folks that people might want to see. I think someone was asking about Alessandrini, who's also a FIFA Mobile veteran that he's been in previous events. Then we got our third winner here, Blaine Hard. Congrats. Third winner. We got two more to go. Who are some other notable players here? You look at Daniel Vaz. Pretty solid for a right back at 95. So yeah, hashtag Neon, folks, if you want to get back into the giveaway. Let's look at Atiba Hutchinson here for a CM. This guy's like, I feel like he's 37, 38. He's been unreal for Besiktas for so long. And he's likely going to the World Cup, which will be great. We got Kubo here. Oh, we got our fourth winner here. We got Bob X SLOB. Congrats. So yeah, I got Kubo with Sociedad. Kubo was at wasn't he at Real Madrid at first? I'm trying to remember. And then he got loaned out. And then we got Doan here for Freiburg. This guy was in what was the event 2 years ago? Golden Week. I remember Doan was one of the top players in Golden Week. So we got our four winners here. We got one more winner coming up. Hashtag Neon, everybody. Last chance here. Get choice of Pulisic or Insigne. Do we show Bernadeschi? Yes, that's someone asking in chat. Use Bernadeschi stats if you were asking. Another guy who's kind of looked unreal when he's come to the MLS. Like some of the goals he scored, him and Insigne pairing up is kind of unfair. Who else were we looking at here that might be exciting? Driussi. Actually, I think him and there's a guy for Nashville who are the favorites for MLS MVP. This guy's actually had a really good season. And then we have our last winner here for Neon Knights giveaway. We have Haidar8989. Oh, did we look at Ito? I feel like Ito's stats might be updated. This might not be accurate. But yeah, anyways, Haidar8989. Congrats. You're the last winner of our Neon Knights giveaway. So we'll reach out to you through Twitch here, Jason, myself, or Lucondo here on chat will reach out to you, and we'll get you these giveaway players for tomorrow. Otherwise, chat, I think we've gone through almost everybody. We've gone through almost all the players that people have been asking for. Let's see if we got Pozuelo, another Miami MLS player. But yeah, I think we're pretty much wrapped up, folks. Again, it's been kind of more of a chill stream here. Just walking through the event with you all, answering your questions. It's been good. I think doing these are fun, and I've had a good time. So I see folks still talking about Davies. I wish I could show Davies stats, but I just don't have them. They're not in the build. So you'll see them tomorrow when they go up, and you'll be able to see how fast he is in game, because he is, obviously. And after seeing him play yesterday, I think it's pretty obvious he is a class player. So that is it for me here on FIFA Mobile Live. Really appreciate everyone for stopping by. It's been a blast. I hope you have a great rest of your day, morning, or evening. And then I hope to see you guys all in FIFA Mobile tomorrow playing Neon Knights. And I hope as well you have a good time in Kickoff Rivalries with the new update. And a great rest of your week. So that's all from me. Thank you, everybody. And we'll take care. See you all. Bye-bye.